Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York, the Groove Venue. Today's episode opens to Night Owl, to Cammy, alpha of her pack, getting a text message from an unknown number. And all it says is, "You've been invited." And an address.
Well, Cammy shows up to the address after getting the text message on her new phone. Her last phone's somewhere flying away from the city of New York out over the ocean, probably still taped to the top of her drone. She'll have to replace at some point. But she goes to this address at Millionaire Mile. At least I'm thinking it's Millionaire Mile.
It is. And it's a very nice office building. There are men in black suits with silver ties outside of the building. And they're just waiting by the door.
Well, Cammy shows up in typical Cammy attire. She's wearing probably running pants, Converse sneakers, a bright cyan blue shirt, and a beanie, and wearing her satchel over one arm. And she'll walk up to the door and kind of look back and forth between the two guys.
They are, they're pretty plain looking. Both have brown hair. One has blue eyes, one has brown eyes. They look at you. Blue eyes looks you up and down. Morning, ma'am.
Morning. I think I'm expected.
Oh. Who would you be?
Go ahead, Cammy.
He takes out a clipboard. Cammy. Last name?
Heveru.
And he goes over to the door. And he presses a button. And he goes, "Miss Devereaux, here for her appointment?"
Heveru.
Devereaux. He just raises an eyebrow. Heveru. Anyway. The door clicks and he opens it for you.
And she'll walk in. She doesn't say anything more to the fact that I got her name wrong. She's just gonna let it slip. She's gonna let it slide for now.
Glasswalker kinfolk, they're allowed to be smart asses.
Someday she'll change this.
And yes, you are then greeted. The opening, once the door is opening, once you walk through, you are greeted by a very high-tech looking desk, stainless steel, computer to monitors, and you see a big one of those huge 4K TVs up on the wall showing stock prices and having a live stream of of the bullpen in Wall Street.
Well, she's impressed, not by the stocks or what's being shown, but by the screen itself. In her mind, she's like, I gotta get me one of those.
It's one of those ones that kind of curves too, so you don't like. There's no.
No viewing angle.
Yeah, there's no loss of viewing angle.
She's thinking about how good that would look as the main screen for her little computer hub in her apartment. And then she walks up to the desk.
You are the only one currently in the lobby. So when the woman at the desk looks at you, she has a side cut, and there's red streaks going through her blonde hair. Night Owl. We were expecting you.
All right. I would hope so.
Whispers are that you are ready for a challenge.
That's the hope.
Well, the higher ups of the tribe which will provide one for you. If you would head to room A113, please.
And she'll nod and she'll walk over the directory to see what floor A113 is on.
It's on the second floor. Before you go, would you like any refreshments to be brought to the room?
No, I had my coffee this morning. I'm good, thank you.
Fair enough. And, enjoy and good luck.
Thanks. And she'll open the door or go to the elevator and press the button to go up to the second floor.
You go up to the second floor, and as the door opens, you're met by a directory sign that shows you. It's basically two hallways, A and then B, and each have the same numbers, but one's A this and the other one is B this, so on and so forth. And it's pretty easy to find A113.
So yeah, she'll make her way to A113 and knock on the door.
It slides open. Kind of does that Star Warsy.
All right.
And you open this door into a conference room. There are two chairs, one at either side of the table. Sitting at the other chair, from the furthest side of the door, is this man.
She'll step in and sort of, she scans the room to see if there's, anyone else in there that she needs to be aware of. But when it's just this one guy, she'll walk up to the chair opposite him, and she'll put her hand on the back of it and look over at him. Not what I expected.
What was it you were expecting?
I don't know. Guys outside in the suits, sort of the business atmosphere. I was expecting to come into a boardroom or some shit like that.
This is a conference room.
Yeah.
Several of us have used it for business meetings.
So, I'm Cammy, Night Owl, Morpheus, speaks the hard truths. However many more those deed names that have been given that I don't know about. I'm a Cleith Theurge. And I'm here for my challenge.
He looks at you and goes, "My name is Takeshi Hido. Fostern, Glasswalker, Galliard, Deeded Hype."
She'll nod and she'll incline her chin slightly so that way she can show some vestige of throat, but being a glasswire, she knows that's not their huge sticking point. But she still wants to at least offer it.
Sit.
She'll take her satchel, put it on the table in front of her, and she'll sit down.
There have been several discussions about you, your actions with the Deus Ultimae, your inventions, your tenacity, I guess it would be. Impressive. Very impressive.
Well, my head goes a mile a minute. I was bound to get at least a few things done if I started throwing everything at the wall.
He clicks a button on a on a sort of just one of those like slide clickers.
Mm-hmm.
And the lights dim for a second, and you see on the far wall behind him a projected image of what looks like a stat screen for an RPG character.
Is it broken up in 753, 1395?
No, it's one of those hexagonal kind of deals
Mm-hmm.
where the hexagon is like split off into higher and lower arcs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But there's an image of you, sort of pseudo holographic, that's rotating.
She rubs her chin seeing this.
You're innovative. You are strong-willed. You're also headstrong. You don't like hearing the word no, from what we know. Interesting.
It's a 2-letter, 4-letter word for me.
Okay. Fair enough. Does one of those like sort of like it's you know where it's like a frown but it's like a smile.
Mm-hmm. Like,
Yeah.
Here we go.
His chin sticks out a bit when he does it. You are the alpha of a pack that follows the General Lee.
That we are.
A Donnar totem. What were your thoughts behind that?
We're the only two tribes that operate within a city.
We are.
They're not too different from us. We both follow totems that are adaptive and have thrived in every part of the world, right?
Some would say, where the bone knowers are concerned, thrive is a very strong word.
Well, they propagate, and despite the fact that they have almost nothing, they seem to have a better attitude and outlook on life than any other tribe would by comparison, at least
Make no
proportionally.
mistake, that wasn't a commentary mark against them. I'm just saying. So we can see here that you do fit for the tribe. You are a daughter of Cockroach. That is plain to see. Where is it you wish to end up? Are you going to continue your work with the Deus Ultimae?
I like to have a good working relationship with them, but as I expressed to them in Australia, my
Indeed.
hope is to one day be a member of the Random Interrupts.
Random interrupts. Interesting choice. Again, what's your thought process behind that?
They focus on a field that I have expertise in and a frontier that I want to see taken to its fullest potential.
Activism.
Among other things, yeah. It's not just a hobby for me, it's a passion. I like to get it inside of corrupt systems. I like to get my hand inside Big Brother, and I like to have my way in any way, shape, or form with their system hardware, software, data. If I can topple a major corporation in my time, I'll be.
That is a dream for many Glasswalker. To topple one of the worm's greatest organizations, modern business and bureaucracy.
Wouldn't mind having a few politicians in my pocket either. She smiles at that.
Ambitious. You notice when he says it, there's another bullet point that appears underneath the floating image of your character, and it reads ambitious.
She'll lean forward and rest her elbows on the table. I want to own this city.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
No, High Freya, I want to own it. I want this entire city to eat out of my hand and ask, please, ma'am, may I have another?
You will have many, many enemies on that path. Not few of which will come from your own tribe. You know this.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going to be satisfied until I am the #1 Glasswalker. Until my deed name rings with Prime.
Night Owl. Traditionally a statement used for someone who wishes to thrive in the night.
I don't sleep much.
There are others who don't sleep much. Others whom many different supernaturals believe are the true owners of the city. Be careful.
I act as recklessly as I need to, as long as it's not putting the people around me in danger.
Excellent. You wish to own this city. Then, we'll get right to it. To own this city, you have to know it. And I don't mean knowing it, getting from point A to point B. You're a theurge. We know this. You've done some work with the spirits, some notable work. But you are not as known to the spirits as you would like to believe. That would be part of owning this city. This city's mother and father are powerful. They're not to be trifled with. They're not things you need to play with. They are beings to be respected. Be treated, if not as equals, as betters. You understand this?
The embodiment of a city in a spirit form is the thoughts, the actions, the dreams, and the consequences of everything that goes on inside its borders. I'd imagine that there's only a few city spirits, the city fathers and mothers, that are as strong as Manhattan. Maybe Hong Kong? Dubai?
I have not met Hong Kong or Dubai. I have met Chicago once, and that was an experience. Anyway, you wish to have a challenge. You wish to prove you're ready to move up in this organization. So, present.
Well, the proposal wasn't exactly something I was expecting to put on a table for a challenge, but I do have something in mind.
No, I mean, he smiles. State it in the open. Challenge me.
Sorry, still in the boardroom mentality. I'm only lacking a manila folder.
We may have adopted the bureaucracy and the modern ways of doing things, but we are still Guru. There are still rituals and rites to be upheld and respected. Never forget that.
She'll nod. I, Cammy, Heveru, deeded night owl, Morpheus, and speaks the hard truth, wish to challenge for Fostern as a theurge of the nation.
Good. surrender your electronics, your computer, any credit cards you own, keys. You'll be using one item in this challenge. One item and your wits, your mind, and your skills at the urge.
She's going to pull out her phone very slowly. She's going to look across at him. I find a single playlist deleted.
I never delete things. I may add a few things, but I never delete them. To each their own. He smiles.
She'll reach into her spider satchel and she'll pull out, well, a lot of things. She pulls out...
He'll look at the spider satchel itself.
Oh. She'll put a few things back in and she'll grab a Twinkie out of the box inside and then just slide the satchel over to him.
Good.
I wouldn't stick your hand in there, by the way. There's roach buddies in there.
Fair enough. And he pulls out a black smartphone. He slides it across the table at you.
She'll pick it up and look it over.
That is the one item you are allowed to use, other than items that you can find. You want to own this city. You will know this city. You will leave this building. You will not go back to the sept. For the next 24 hours, you will be tested 3 times. You will pass every one of them. There will be a hint to find each location, and at each location, you will find a test appropriate to your auspice. Survive all 3 tests, return here in one piece, and you pass.
You know, when things have simple instructions like that, I always feel like they're harder than things with convoluted instructions.
No, really? I'll see you in 24 hours.
24 hours it is. And she'll pick up the phone. She'll activate the home button to see what she's got to work with.
You have 3 apps on that phone. Google Maps, Contacts, and Messages.
Any other rules I should know about?
You may not ask for help. You may call the number on your contacts list at any time, but calling that number means you give up.
And messages?
Again, you may not ask for help.
All right, then.
For the next 24 hours, you are a ghost.
You're
You are
Galliard,
allowed.
right?
Yes.
Galliard, Raya. if I'm going to be a ghost and I come back successfully, just going to say, Ghost is a pretty fucking cool deed name.
We will see. Have fun. And he winks.
And she smirks and she'll get up without her bag. She like goes to shoulder it and she's like, oh.
Shit.
And she'll open up the Twinkie and eat it. And as she steps out of the room, she opens the door. She looks back and she's got like Twinkie in her mouth. I know exactly how many Twinkies are in that box right now. Outranking me or not, if I come back and there's one missing, I'm gonna take it out of your ass.
I don't eat Twinkies.
Good, more for me. And she'll walk out the door and shut the door behind her. And she'll step out into the world.
Okay. The moment you step out on this street, your phone buzzes.
She'll look at the phone.
There is a text there. And it says simply, scroll up to it, da-ba-da, ba-da-ba-da. There we go. On isolated land, many came from far, many came from wide. Together they sought freedom, together they sought pride. You'll find your first test in the place where a merchant named Ellis died.
She kind of snorts to herself. Well, I didn't expect to be doing the tourist bit today, but okay. And she'll make her way to the Ellis Island ferry.
How are you going to pay for it? How are you going to get on?
You let me worry about that, okay? What's she gonna do? So she's going to walk up to an ATM.
Okay.
And she doesn't have a card on her, of course. But
no, she does not.
Oh shit! Wait a minute. She didn't even need to go to an ATM. She can just go to her bank. Why she doesn't have her ID on her? Never mind. So she's gonna go up to the ATM and she will activate plug and play. She's gonna hack the ATM.
We're doing that.
You leave that poor dog alone. So it sounds like you were giving shit to Tynan.
No. I was reaching over behind my bed to grab my book.
Ah.
My bookie book. The bookie book that is bookie. Alright. So we are going to plug and play. Okay. So you are now. Yes. Your phone is connected to the ATM. How exactly are you attempting to hack it?
So essentially what she wants to do is she's not going to do anything nefarious at the moment. She doesn't need to just bleed the thing of money. She just needs her money. She has it. So what she wants to do is basically fool the ATM into thinking that the magnetic strip with her card's number has actually gone through it, so that way she can just enter her PIN number.
Okay. Interesting. Kind of simple, but yeah. Go ahead and give me a it's going to be a 2-part hack, okay? So go ahead and give me a WITS computers, or no, first it's going to be a WITS technology to make it to make the machine try to recognize that there's a magnetic strip within its slot. Okay.
Does her merit computer aptitude still apply for this?
No, because you're not at the hacking bit. You're at the manipulation of technology bit. Okay.
All right. 3 successes.
Awesome. Okay. Now you want that magnetic strip. Now this is the hacking bit. This is going to be difficulty 8. So difficulty 6 for you with computer aptitude.
Okay.
Okay. And I need you to equal the successes. Okay?
So 3 for 3?
3 for 3.
That's 1. Unless especially if firewalls applies here.
It's not really a firewall.
There's 3.
All right.
Actually, while you're looking at something, I need to go use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Okie dokie.
Okay. Now I'm back.
All right. And now what I need from you is I need a manipulation stealth roll to make sure nobody saw you do that in a public place.
Is Guile going to apply here?
Yes.
3 successes.
Okay. Yep, and you see the screen of the ATM. Click on says enter your PIN.
She'll enter her PIN number and she'll pull out a daily allotment of $400 because I think that's what most ATMs limit you at these days.
I thought it was 200, but we can go with 400 because it's a big city. I think it's 200 around where I live, but that's because it's like in bumfuck nowhere.
Damn, I'm moving down to Florida in a year and I'm going to be limited at $200 a day.
No, from a single ATM, like from a single transaction.
I know. I'm still going to be a pain in the ass.
That might be gas station. I really don't know. I've never had need to ever even attempt to come close to withdrawing my daily limit.
I'll wait until you have to pay rent.
It's called money order. I ain't stupid. But yeah. So yeah, the money comes out, and we're gonna keep track of it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we're at $400. Okay. I'm gonna make a note of it.
I did it for you right there.
Q wallet $400. So I'm just gonna make a quick search here.
Or if this turns out that the Ellis Island ferry is actually free.
No, round trip, which is admission to both the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island, is $18.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was $25.50.
I just looked it up right here.
Okay.
So yeah. All right. So you pay for your your ticket. You get a tour ticket as well for both the Statue of Liberty and the and Ellis Island. Which ding ding, congrats on getting the first riddle correct. And you get onto the ferry. Ferry ride's very non-eventful.
Cammy is going to put herself away from other people.
Okay. I mean, it's packed with tourists.
Yeah, but she's got 3 rage, which is...
It's right around the outer limit of normal human.
Normal human interaction, yeah, but she doesn't want anybody giving her side looks or people, like, you know, making a scene around her, so she's going to stay up there near the front of the boat.
No, they just kind of avoid you. Yeah. No rules. They just like... I mean, you're not significantly over. It's not like you're 5+ over anybody and they're absolutely in panic mode. Gotta leave the boat. Everybody abandon ship. No, they just avoid you. And consequently, once you get off, you are put in the back of the tour group. So. But yeah. The ferry stops at the Ellis Island port, and the tour group gets off. You hear somebody with a megaphone start talking about, you know, the different aspects of Ellis Island. You know, why it was started. This started by a merchant named Warren Ellis. And he bought this way back, and it was used as a stopping point for immigrants coming into the United States in the late 1800s and the early 1900s. So yeah, and you can see from Ellis Island, you can see the Statue of Liberty. She is standing pretty, as it is a very clear day outside. Go ahead and roll me a perception alertness as you are walking with the tour group.
Sight or hearing based, possibly?
Hearing based.
Four successes.
How many? 4?
4.
And you hear clear as day. Unfortunately, we will not be able to go. We will not be able to go inside today, as we are currently experiencing some electrical issues that could prove dangerous to a very large group.
Cammy's gonna kind of look up at the statue and then kind of cross her arms and just think to herself, if I was gonna be mother to a city, this would seem like a really good place to call home. When they say this, are they near the entrance?
Yes.
Okay.
And it is cordoned off. You do see caution signs and just caution tape over the entrance. There's a couple of work crews currently around the island.
Mm-hmm.
Electricians and stuff like that.
She's gonna kind of try and break away from the tour group a little bit so she can talk to one of the electricians. Like the closest ones. That way she's not like getting too far off and away from it.
All right. You see a man with a clipboard, hard hat, yellow vest, but he's wearing a collared shirt and tan slacks, as opposed to most of the other guys that are wearing like t-shirts and jeans.
Yeah.
Still tucked in, still presentable, but you're looking at a foreman.
Yeah. So she'll walk up. Excuse me.
Morning, man. What can I do for you? Tour's that way.
I know. I'm actually just been here from Canada. I was really hoping to see the inside of Lady Liberty, but I'm also a bit of a student of electrical engineering, so I just was like curious.
Lady Liberty ain't closed. Just the inside of here.
Oh.
You'll be able to see. But I will catch them soon.
Well, what's up with the electrical system?
Oh, just these old fucking copper wires. Thank you, Alexa.
Yep.
Just these old copper wires. They get screwed up every once in a while. Kind of sparks shoot everywhere. We don't want anybody accidentally, slipping in some water or whatnot.
Is it just aging infrastructure, or?
Yeah, it's just upkeep. Though it is a little weird. Though we just worked on this area. Like not 2 months ago. Yeah, I don't know why why it's corroded so fast.
I recently attended a lecture about electrical system corrosion.
Did you know?
Yeah.
And he gives you that look that a professional who's somebody who say, I just took a class on that, gives.
She'll look back at him. Listen, my dad was an engineer, and like just getting in and close to this stuff is really the only thing I'm ever really interested in. I'm not trying to tell you how you do your job or anything like that. I just find this shit interesting.
Look, I can't have some civvy coming in, working with my guys. It's union stuff.
Well, who said anything about working? And she'll hold both hands up. What if you were just showing a prospective, member of the field something that she might be interested in when she gets back to her campus?
You already paid money for the tour. I can't really think you'd want to waste the money you spent.
I mean, technically,
climbing around.
I paid money to get onto the island. Like, everything that she's saying, literally available on YouTube.
I see your point. Go ahead and roll me a manipulation expression.
Okay. Got it.
God damn it.
Manipulation, you said expression?
Manipulation expression, yes, sir.
All right, well, 5 dice of this.
Oh boy, the first time you've had to roll below 6 dice in how long?
I rolled 5 dice before, but this is not something I have a specialty or merit to help me out with. I'm rolling like normal people, like plebs. Three successes. 5 if guile counts.
It won't count in this.
Okay.
But he'll look at you. He'll reach over to a table and he'll pick up a hard hat. You keep that on, and you don't try to show up any of the guys working in there, and we're cool.
She'll nod and she'll put it on, and she'll kind of adjust it and then stand back and, like, you know, put her knuckles on her hips to stand back so he can appraise.
Electrical engineering, huh?
Among other things, electrical, software, and hardware engineering are kind of like the whole thing my dad was into.
So you one of them IT people.
Yeah.
All right, follow me.
And she'll follow.
And he leads you into the tape. He leads you into the building where you see about half a dozen other people. 2 on ladders. One's working over in the corner with a modern-looking surge box, and he's just watching it. There's an amperage gauge on it, and yeah, so there really isn't anything to see. The guy is he starts talking to you about how, you know, it's really hard to integrate new systems into old, you know, into old into old reworks without rewiring the entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's expensive.
Let me guess. City doesn't want to shell out the proper amount of money that it would take to retrofit things. That way they're not fixes for what's going on right now, but fixes that would actually take you into maybe 10 years down the line at the very least.
More like the city's trying to provide jobs where it can.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You know, maintenance work provides more work over a longer period of time than completely fixing a problem.
You know, I never considered it that way. Not a bad thing in the maintenance industry, I guess, as long as, you know, nothing falls apart.
So yeah, and he's talking to you about the system and how it was set up, and how it grew with the advent of different things, and how they have to go back into old techniques to fix it with new techniques and stuff like that. Now it's actually pretty interesting work when you get down to the nitty gritty of it.
So is this infrastructure?
This is somebody who actually enjoys what he does quite a lot.
So infrastructure projects like this going on all over the city then?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, this city is nearly as old as the country itself. I mean, you got advents here that didn't happen in any other parts of the world. I mean, for a long time, and the Empire State Building even was the biggest, tallest building in the world. This city was a masterpiece. Still is a masterpiece in most places.
Well, for an American city, I have to say, that's certainly impressive.
So what are you doing when
Me?
when you get out of school?
Hopefully, I can find a job that puts me somewhere in management, but also field work.
You're gonna have to do some grunt work.
Uh, I've done a fair bit already, as far as internships and things like that go, but I know there's a lot more dues I need to pay before I get anywhere where I can wear the yellow vest. And she'll kind of like gesture to his vest.
Yeah, pretty much. You gotta take your lumps. I can't tell you how many times I've been electrocuted. I've been sent to the hospital a couple of times. I've broken this thumb 3 times. People are proud of their lumps, especially if they like what they do. You'll learn that.
I can tell you the first tower PC I ever built literally blew up in my face.
Well, keep trying. Keep working.
I did. And I've gotten really good at it. You remind me a lot of my dad. You know that?
Well, that's good. That's good. Too many people come into this thinking, oh, they're going to be the hot ass. They're going to be the most sufficient. But when you work with a group of guys, you're working with family. You got to treat them like family. And they're going to treat you like family.
You don't know how many times I've had to learn that lesson over the past year.
Quit learning, start dying.
You don't know how right you are. She smirks.
And as you're walking, go ahead and tell me high or low.
I'm gonna go with low.
Okay.
Low-ish.
As you're walking by, there's a guy on a ladder, and he lets out a shout, and you see this huge spray of sparks come out. And he nearly falls off the ladder. But luckily, you and Mr. Foreman are passing by, and Mr. Foreman actually catches the dude as he falls back from the ladder. There's a bit of a thump as they both hit the ground, but it was a 10-foot fall otherwise.
she'll like, she does the whole thing of a genuine sort of like, oh. But once they both hit the ground, she'll crouch next to him. She's like, "You guys all right?"
Go ahead and roll me Perception Primal Urge.
I have a success.
Something's odd about that. Like, you look, the guy wasn't holding any tools. He was just on a ladder.
She'll look up at the like the area that's sparked.
It's it's kind of like it's plastered over. It's like, you know how the wires are grouped and then plastered over, right? Well, the spark blew like a big hole in the plaster, and it's a little on fire right now.
Like, is it fire that's going to burn itself out, or is it fire that's going to spread?
It looks like fire that's going to burn itself out.
Okay.
But even still, there's a group of guys that start running towards the group, the three of you, and one of them is holding a fire extinguisher and points up at it and sprays it down. It's a CO2. So
she's gonna. Did she have to give up her mirror, her pocket mirror?
No.
Okay.
So I mean, yes, she did, but
okay.
I mean,
she's gonna blank out the screen, then deactivate the blank screen the phone.
So she turn it around.
Yeah,
you do turn it around, and it's a very glossy back.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, what she wants to do is she just wants to peek.
Okay. Give me a gnosis roll. It's going to be a difficulty 7 here.
Ah, that's a botch.
Yeah, that is botch, but you're just peeking. So,
bright light.
Bright light. You're stunned for a second.
So she's kind of doing that thing like when you get a fly flies into your eye or whatever, a little piece of something gets into your eye and you're like blinking and using your arm to kind of rub at the bottom of your eye.
Yep.
It's like, oh, that's bright.
Yeah. So they get situated. The small tiny fire gets put out, and the foreman, unfortunately, looks at you. He's like dusting himself off and just sort of stretches a bit. And he's like, see what I told you about lumps?
You're absolutely right.
Unfortunately, that kind of proves that we kind of need you to get out of here. We need to strip the plaster and the wires. We need to check where that happened.
All right. Do you mind if I go use a washroom real quick? I think I got something in my eye.
Yeah. The lights don't work, though. The electricity is off.
She'll take out her phone and turn on the flashlight.
All right. You leave that helmet on the table where we were at before. All right? And catch up to your tool.
Okay. And she'll make her way to the washroom.
Okay. So you make it to the bathroom, and as he said, the lights don't work. It's a pretty public bathroom.
All right, no one's in there.
No.
Okay. I think what she would like to do is lock that door.
All right.
And then what she'd like to do is look into that mirror over the sink. And
We don't got to do this step by step, Vinny. You can tell me she's going to attempt the cross.
okay, well, fuck. Just trying to put like a little bit of gravity to it. Shit.
Yeah, I'm giving you shit. I'm giving you shit.
No, she's gonna do it. Is there any way that oh god, I don't think she can just take it slow to cross over, can she?
No, that's something we're not bringing back. We're not bringing it back.
Bring it
Well,
back.
I can't really say that. That's once I step down, it'll be an emotion probably call.
All right, so 3d10 difficulty 7 still.
Mm-hmm. Don't get stuck.
And that was the tale of Cammy Herveru. She gets a success.
Awesome. Hot damn. It takes a while, but you eventually cross over. And the umbral landscape of Ellis Island is very different than what you normally see outside. Whereas you were outside in a very old building, this building looks new, and this building not only looks new, but it looks like you're in it when it was at its prime. You know, where it was that bastion of entrance. It's part, it's part the Umbra, and it's part this ideal vision of this place. And you're just in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's gonna open the door and walk out into the area that she was standing at with all the guys standing around.
Mm-hmm. You don't see the guys there.
Of course.
Be
a little worried if she did.
Yeah. But go ahead and give me Perception Primal Urge.
Two successes.
You sense something is disrupting this grand vision of this umbral landscape here.
Then she would like to go to that
the place where it exploded. Instead of seeing that vision, you're seeing the old crumbling building again.
Just take a look at that. Sort of narrow her eyes a bit.
I mean, it's not like you're seeing into the real world. I'm just saying you're seeing that vision, you know, what you saw in the real world.
It stands out from the from everything else.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Are there any spirits around it, like electrical spirits or pattern spirits that are like?
No, that you see currently.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, then she is going to she's going to try and follow the source of that disturbance, so to speak, and what's supposed to be here.
How are you doing that?
Well, you got a primal urge roll, right?
Mm-hmm. That was to notice the off thing.
Okay. Well, then she's just going to look at the cables and follow the cables then.
Okay. You there isn't really a vision of where these cables, where the cables are, but you know where they're. In fact, give me an intelligence. Give me an intelligence technology.
Oh, right.
Impedimenta.
3 successes.
Yeah. So you know where the wires should go, and you can follow where they should go.
Okay.
And it leads you down the hallway, to the left, and it brings you to this wider area within the umbral landscape of this building. Um, do you have? I can give you an intelligence academics roll.
Okay. We'll see how that goes. 2 successes.
2 successes. You've seen this room before. It's in a lot of American history textbooks.
Mhm.
It's in a lot of just general world history textbooks. This is like the processing room that most that they will take the picture of, and show you where immigrants came in and they got processed for acceptance.
This is where all the logbooks are and stuff.
Yes, you see the different booths and the open windows, and you see the ropes, like the cordoned off areas where the queue would go, and different things like that.
I'm just gonna look around pretty impressed.
Sitting at the far corner of the room is what looks like a being made of black lightning.
She is going to slowly approach.
What do you want?
Well, you're being that stands out in here, aside from me, obviously.
Of course, I stand out.
What
I'm
are you?
Who are you? Why are you here?
I'm a child of cockroach.
Are you?
She'll nod.
Oh. Here I thought I was just going to kill mortals today.
Well, that's kind of rude.
And it stands up. And this being made of black electricity is about as tall as you are. And I'm going to say roll for initiative.
Oh, can't we talk about this?
You want to talk with a Bane?
You know, sometimes if you stall them out long enough and you play the logic game, sometimes they trick themselves into their own destruction.
Nah.
I have 13.
You have 13.
I have a feeling it's time to go roo roo roo.
Roo, roo, roo. I just want to make sure I get to the right place. There we go. You are going first. Hello?
Sorry, what?
You are going first.
Okay. Well, she's going to spend a rage to shift into Krenos.
Yeah.
And as much as I'd like to do it for an action, I don't want to waste it. But maybe talking as a free action. Oh, Jesus. All right, so she's just going to, as she goes into to claw, 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 she's just going to be like, holy shit, is that the worm?
Really?
Stranger things have worked.
Roll your dice.
That is 3 successes. And if I remember, because I haven't actually done a brawl-based combat thing since Dallas, so
I'm so proud of you.
She's been really sticking with the guns. Brawl or claws are strength +2.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so in Krino, she's got strength 6. So that is going to be 6 + 2, which is 8. Plus 9 2, that's going to be 10 dice of damage. That'll be 6 aggravated damage.
Yeah, we'll roll to soak.
Don't soak any of it. That's a request, not
As a request.
as a request.
A request. He
Well,
soaks.
close.
He soaks one of it. He'll take 5. All right. And as you get really close, the black lightning shoots out of him. And I need you to soak.
He's using blast.
I need you to soak 1 aggravated.
Oh, whatever will I do?
Oh, woe is you.
She soaks it. Stamina's +3 for Krenos, yeah?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, so yeah.
Goes back to character sheet.
Stamina 3 plus the 1 from her jacket, yeah. Boom.
Yes, it is. It is plus stamina 3, and yes, claw is strength +2 aggravated.
Awesome.
Okie dokie.
So yeah, she's gonna go claw again. She's like, "No, I'm serious. It's the worm."
No, I'm serious. It's the worm.
What, are you copying me now?
No, I'm showing you how stupid you sound.
I'm not the one with the shrill voice, asshat.
My voice is perfect. Perfectly pitched.
No, it's really not. You need to work on it. Seriously. Like I've heard Bloodbanes with more beautiful voice.
How dare you?
Let's see. So that's going to be 3 plus 6 plus 2. It's going to be 11 d10. That is 4 more aggravated damage.
Okay.
And we're going to roll the soak. And that is 2 soaked, I believe. 3 soaked. 3 soaked. So he'll take 1 more. And again, the black lightning shoots out. Soak me 4.
I'm going to hold up both hands.
Okay.
Just gonna shout back at the Bane. You really don't have to do this. You could just walk away.
I have to. I like fried cockroaches.
That's just rude and hurtful. That's 2 successes. So that's going to be 9 dice. 5 more aggravated damage.
5 more aggravated damage. And he will take 2 more.
And I was thinking about having her spend a point of rage, but she's only got a little bit of it. So yeah, she's gonna stick with what she knows, or stick with what she's doing right now.
Mm-hmm. And again, the black lightning is coming for you.
Four. Yeah.
What was that?
4 die. Oh, ow. She's
Ow.
gonna take all of that on the chin.
She's gonna take all that on the chin.
Oh, that hurt. That hurt a lot.
That did hurt a lot.
She had to give up her guy's breath, didn't she?
Yes.
Yeah, fuck. Okay. Yeah, then she's gonna spend a point of rage for an extra action on this attack.
Okay. All right. Don't forget wound penalties.
I think a willpower point. Well, she fails the first attack.
Okay. And he's going to dance out of the way, laughing. You can't hit me. You can't hit me. You're gonna die. You're gonna die.
You know what? She's gonna be like, hold up. Is this how spirits always fight?
Roll me a manipulation expression.
Three successes. 3 successes.
Let's willpower here. I'm sorry.
Damn it, Rob.
You still have your rage action.
Three successes, so that's going to be 2 plus 6 plus 2. Man, I could kill for some razor claws right about now. Poop.
Dad!
As he dances to another corner, mocking you.
I don't suppose maybe if I said that I was thinking about defecting, might change your mind?
It tries to save itself.
I'm a child of cockroach. I'm supposed to adapt, you nincompoop. Didn't you do any studying before you, like, got here? At all?
I'm guessing you're still going for an attack.
Yeah. I mean, she's still got one more rage she can spare before she spends her final one, so she's going to try that.
Okay. Remember, you've taken damage, you've entered combat.
Yeah. Oh, then she's got 2 more that she can spend. But that's 5 successes, sir.
Okay.
And so that's going to be strength plus 4, which is already 10. Plus 2 is 12. That's 7 successes on a damage roll.
Okay. So no matter what, it's taken 1. And it's taken 4.
Is it dead?
No, but you notice where there is only a little bit of white lightning just sort of bug out for a second. And the black lightning comes out at you again.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take one more.
You do take 1 more. You are not looking good.
I hope it's not either.
Hmm?
I hope it's not either.
All right.
I want to try something.
Okay.
She loves this hat. Could she do Rite of Binding on the fly?
Yes, but well, hold on. Binding binds a spirit to a werewolf. System. You must spend a number of gnosis points, minimum of 1. Each point of gnosis spent reduces the spirit's gnosis rating by 1. The gnosis, the guru's player must then roll willpower. Difficulty equals the spirit's adjusted gnosis. The number of successes indicate how long the spirits may be forced into service, with each success binding the spirit for 1 week. It doesn't say that you can't. So yeah, go ahead.
She's gonna throw her hat in it. She's literally gonna like toss her hat and be like, "Here, catch."
Okay.
And what's this thing's gnosis?
5.
She'll spend 2.
Okay.
And then what? She's got to roll her willpower.
You have to roll willpower. Yes, sir.
And roll willpower, and I have to get what? 3 successes.
Yes.
Ah!
You throw your hat at it. It touches the spirit, and the spirit is sucked into the hat, and you hear, "No!"
And then she's gonna lay down on the floor and cry a little bit. And she looks at the hat, and then she's just gonna poke it with her finger and be like, ah.
I will say the hat's not going to do anything because you didn't agree on it doing anything.
That's fine.
And it wasn't defeated. So it's not like you can force it to do anything.
I can force it to stay there and take all this verbal abuse of just like, you're talking all that good shit a second ago. Now look at you. You all bound in a hat.
Meanwhile, you're at 1 health level.
2. I was at 5 damage total.
Oh, okay.
She's gonna limp her way to a window and open it up and just be like, is there a dove spirit out there?
Dove spirit.
I'll take a pigeon. It's all kind of the same.
Roll me expression charisma. Or actually, no. Charisma, spirit lore. That's an interesting roll.
No! I botch.
You see a pigeon fly by, and the spirit stops, and you see a feathery middle finger as it flies by. Yeah, you gonna take this pigeon?
Oh, come on! Come on, dude.
It is gone.
Any other guy in the spirits out there? Hello?
Give me another charisma.
You know what? She can't turn. I don't think she can turn to Gaia at this moment because she's not surrounded by Gaian spirits.
No, she isn't.
There's got to be a pattern spider out there or two. And she'll kind of like look for one that's nearby.
Well, like I said, you can roll me another charisma spirit lore to try and attract a spirit to you.
I got 3 successes.
A pattern spider does not come to you, but you see a small whirlwind make its way into the window, into the room. Yes.
Hey, buddy. I've had a bit of a rough day.
You look it.
Mm-hmm.
There's blood everywhere.
Blood, burnt fur, a lot of burnt fur. I need to be healed. And I had to come out here without any of my healing talons.
Did you? That
Mm-hmm.
was silly. That was stupid.
Well, it's a
You're
possibility.
stupid.
Okay, yes. Stupid.
What is your name?
I'm Deeded Night Owl. Mortals
Night
call
Owl.
me Cammy.
I will call you Night Owl.
What do I call you?
I am a wind spirit. I am part of the North Wind.
Out of character, does she need to know that the North Wind is at least somewhat associated with Wendigo?
No.
Okay. Well, Mr. Spirit of the North Wind, I need help.
Do you? It seems like you got yourself into this situation. Can you not get yourself out?
I could call it quits, but then I'd fail my challenge.
Survival is better than dying.
Maybe. But if I don't do this now, I'm going to be left behind by probably my only friend. So I'm willing to cut a deal, and a really good one at that.
What is it you propose?
I'm probably going to need more healing, and probably a guide would be helpful for the rest of this challenge.
Hmm.
But I know I'm at a disadvantage here, and you've got something of a cornered market.
Yes, I do. Glad of you to notice.
So, as a pragmatist, if you can provide me with healing for the rest of this challenge, and guidance for the rest of this challenge, I will ensure that you get 2 Gnosis point, or 2, you gain a boon of Gnosis twice a month. 2, or 2 every lunar cycle for the next year.
Benny.
But, yeah.
No, this is not Jiminage.
Oh, that's right. Intelligence Spirit Lore, please.
Sure, go ahead and roll it.
I'm going to invest a point of willpower in this because she needs to be able to deal here.
She needs to live.
Yeah. 3 successes.
Wind spirits love stories. They love secrets. They love playing.
So, what I propose is that for the next year, maybe even more, I can be your best friend. We can go out and play every week. Any stories that I learn, I can tell you, and I'll even throw in some secrets from time to time that you can use to make yourself really impressive to all your other little spirit friends.
A secret and a story once a month.
For an entire year. And anytime I'm in the Umbra and I'm not strictly on like duty for the Sept, we can play.
Okay. I want you to note this down. I want you to note this down in your blue book. Okay. Once a month, you will be required to write in your blue book
A story.
a story and a secret that you are telling to the wind.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, give me 1 second. I need to go use the restroom again.
Okie dokie.
This whole situation scared the pee out of me. got soap in my eye.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so I'm just gonna put this on a sticky note here. Okay, all right, got it written down.
Okay. You're writing it down right now?
I've written it down on a sticky note. I haven't put it in my
Yeah,
blue book just yet. But the sticky note's like literally on my monitor.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, she agrees to that deal if the spirits will take it.
Give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The spirit nods, and you feel a cool breeze wash over you. And I'm going to check air elementals really quick. You can only use this once per scene per target. Okay.
Okay.
Boy, are you lucky. All right, so I'm gonna have it roll its notice real quick. Difficulty 8. And you are healed for 7.
That's just the longest.
All right, so we're healed. And Spirit looks at you and says, I will travel with you. But know this, I am no spirit of knowledge.
As we wouldn't seek out other spirits outside of wisdom spirits for advice. I believe in you, little buddy.
For now, I will follow you. And until your challenge is completed, I will follow you. But know this, should you renege on your deal, every secret you have ever told, even your own, will be known by all.
Even my browser history?
What is that browser history?
Nothing. I take your meaning. You don't uphold a deal, there are consequences. I got you.
And yeah, you just
She's gonna take her hat, and it's probably worm tainted now, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If she performs a rite of cleansing on it, what will that do to the Bane?
You don't know?
It's been a while, man.
No, I mean you don't know.
Okay.
Sometimes they get, sometimes they get uncorrupted, sometimes they get destroyed. It's, depends.
Well, she has to be out for a full day anyway. She'll go ahead and give it a shot.
You're gonna do it right now.
No.
Okay.
Not right now. But she'll take the hat with her, I guess. Unless like the Cammy's common sense is just like, no! She doesn't necessarily want to leave it here for its friends to be able to break it out.
Wait, what was that? I'm sorry.
So she doesn't want to leave the hat there for its friends to break it out, and then she has this rogue Bane out there with a grudge.
Yeah.
So, and I don't think being in close proximity to a Bane Talon will corrupt you completely in 24 hours.
No.
It just means you got to take yourself a bath. So yeah.
Have a smoke.
And a smoke. So yeah, she'll take that, and she'll look at the phone to see if the next destination is in.
There's no message on your phone yet. You are still in the Umbra.
All right. Then she's going to go back to the washroom. She's going to shift back down to Hamid. And hope to God she doesn't get stuck. At least she's got a spirit buddy that might be able to help her out if she does get stuck. I got a success! Woo!
Yep. All right. So you pass through. So.
And she'll wash her hands and then open up the door and walk back out into the regular attendees area. And then check her phone. Rob?
Yes.
Yeah.
So when you do pass into the real world, as it were, immediately on stepping onto solid ground, your phone buzzes.
Just take a look at the phone.
Interesting choice, says the phone. And then you get the ... of somebody typing more. And it says, he spoke to a waterfowl. He built the pillars of Thanatopsis by ink alone. With the mind of the ages, he is honored in stone. The spirit's there in cages on the front lawn of his home. Your second test resides there, and please mind the stairs. I will remind you that if we don't, I know you have to step out for work if you don't want to. If you don't want to miss rush hour, we can pick this up tomorrow at around noon, around the same time.
It's currently raining right now.
Oh, okay.
It's scrubbed me a little bit, so we'll go as long as is necessary.
As long as you want to go, we can stop off as soon as it is, and we can pick it back up tomorrow, and you won't be scene locked. Okay.
What can she roll for this?
Your background.
Like, could she do like a query search with keywords?
What query search are you going to look?
So she wants to check stairs, cages, Thanatosis, New York City.
Stairs, cages, Thanatosis, New York City. That's what you're typing in.
Yeah, as in like a keyword search.
Okay. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to type in exactly that. Stairs. What was it? Stairs,
Cages, Thanatosis, New York City.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen here and show you what you see.
Okay.
Okay. All right. You can see that?
Yep.
This is what you see.
Oh, Thanatopsis. I thought you said Thanatosis.
No, Thanatopsis. Okay, you good?
Yep.
Okay. I will be right back. I will let you think on this and as I go to the restroom.
Okay. Hi, Tynan. Well,
All right. I'm back.
gotten some ideas. I know that Thanatopsis is a poem by William Cullen Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
I know that there's some something to do with the Met Brewer, but I'm not sure if that's what is meant for this particular instance.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do I need to roll to get into the right direction with this information?
Okay. I will let you roll a wits enigmas. By the way, are you still like in the bathroom on Ellis Island?
No, she walked out onto
Okay.
the island itself.
Okay.
She's
So
probably heading back into the city now, like on the barge.
okay. So I will let you roll a wits enigmas, difficulty 8.
I don't have enigmas.
Okay. I will let you roll wits academics.
Can I do an extended roll?
No.
Here's mud in your eye. Here's successes.
How many?
2.
2. Nice.
Woohoo! I need to pee again.
Everybody watching, I love it when my riddles scare people.
So what do you got for me, brah?
You know, to a waterfowl, and
Mhm.
the ages are also very, very important works of Mr. Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
And I will give you that stairs and lawn have pinged out at you.
So stairs and lawn.
Actually, no. Honored in stone.
So a statue of William Cullen Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly. So we're gonna go
Mhm.
Bryant Park.
We're going to go to Bryant Park.
We're gonna go to Bryant Park.
Okay. How are you getting there?
Well, let's see. Let's take a look and see where that is in. Ellis Island is a ways out, I think. Actually, Statue of Liberty Monument, Battery Park to Bryant Park. That's a good couple of blocks. She'll take a cab because she can't take an Uber with cash.
Okay.
I'd say that's probably going to be at least a $20 to $30 trip?
Let's see. Hold on. Car drive. It's 45 minutes. So it's like $2.50. It's 40 cents per 120. It's 10 miles. So it's $4, $6, $6.50. Gonna do some math here because we've made money on an important part of this challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Be nice. 5 times 60 equals. Divide that by 120. 22.5. 22.5 times 40. So and it's $6.50. $15. We're gonna make it a flat, say 25.
Okay.
Okay. We'll make it a flat 25.
$3.57. Yeah. Okay. So she gets to Bryant Park.
Yep, you get to Bryant Park. And when you step out of the cab, your phone vibrates again.
Just take a look at the phone.
Ding ding, :3.
Ding ding, :3.
Yeah, that's what it says. Ding ding, space, :3.
Like COLON?
No. Check the side chat.
Ding ding, kitty face?
Well, yeah, the :3 face.
Oh! Happy face.
Yeah.
Okay. So she got that part of the scavenger.
How is that? How is that difficult?
I don't know!
Okay. So yeah, you get to the place, you get the text message.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what are you doing?
Well, she hasn't had any real instruction here as to what she should be doing. So she's going to make her way to the statue.
Okay. I want you to note. Actually, go ahead and roll me a.
Or maybe the fountain?
This is as you're walking to the statue.
Okay.
As you're walking to the statue, roll me a. We don't have awareness, so go ahead and roll me perception primal urge.
Got a success. One success.
One success. So yeah. You get there but as you're walking, you notice something that's a little odd. It's very quiet in Bryant Park, even though it's sort of surrounded. It's surrounded by, you know, streets on all sides. It's only 4 acres, so it's a relatively small park. You can see it's quite clear, and the the grass is very well kept. It's well manicured, not at all like Central Park. The trees there are well trimmed. You can see the largest library on the north side of it, or no, east side, at the far end, and like
Big
a
lions on the stairs.
really large set of stairs.
It's the library from the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, it's just you wouldn't understand how this place is as quiet as it is. You think it should be louder. That's what you're getting. There aren't even people like shouting on their phones or talking very loudly. You can see a cafe that's by the statue, where people are very calmly going about their day.
I sense some spiritual shenanigans going on.
Do you?
I think so.
Okay.
It's always spirits with Werewolf Rob.
So yeah, you get to the statue, and there's that little plaque explaining who Bryant was.
What does the riddle say again?
The riddle says,
Can you put it in the side chat?
yes, give me a second.
Okay. So the spirit's there in cages on the front lawn of his home. Your second test resides there, and please mind the stairs. Okay. So it sounds like she needs to cross over into the Umbra again.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to find herself another bathroom and wait for it to be nice and clear of people. Probably isn't all that hard with Rage. What is she sitting on? Rage 4 at the moment?
Yeah, I'd say Rage 4.
Yeah, so not hard or not all that hard for people to, clear out. Some people pinch it off, some people wash their hands and just go out and decide to go find another bathroom, that sort of thing.
Sorry?
Basically, the bathroom clears out pretty quick, I'm guessing.
I mean, yeah, kind of. But it's not like oh my god, we have to get out of here.
I know, but people
will sort of leave as soon as as relatively soon as they can after barring their habits.
Yeah. So Cammy is going to sit there and she's basically going to be checking her makeup in the mirror until people leave, and then she'll go over and lock the door. And she'll do a quick once around for security cameras.
I mean, it's a bathroom. No.
Yeah. I figure if there are cameras, they would have to be conspicuous anyway in a bathroom. So that way it's like you're not being watched as you poop. You're only being watched going in and out or some shit like that. Okay. So, oh, God. What's the difficulty to cross over here now that we're in Bryant Park?
Here it's going to be a 6.
That's going to be an hour.
Yeah, you wait. You have 24. You have, let's say 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she'll unlock the door, go back out, probably get some food. So I'll say she'll spend another 15.
Okay.
Equals 357, so it'll be 42. She's going to repeat the process, rinse, repeat, hopefully. Damn it.
So we're at
19.
19.
Rinse, repeat. There we go.
There we go.
At least this wasn't like, in the middle of a combat.
No, you're
Where
right.
she has to sit and play solitaire for the whole scene.
You are right.
So she is going to go out to the lawn.
You go out to the lawn, and what you see is something very odd.
Okay.
You'd think there would be spirits here. There are, but there's no spirits that you would associate with a park. There is a webbing around Bryant Park that looks oddly like a chain link fence.
Is North with her?
Yes.
Just gonna look over at Wind Buddy. Guessing the Weaver wanted to keep places immaculate and decided to freeze things in stasis here.
Not stasis. No. They do not like to come here. The Weaver made that very clear. Some of us were not welcome.
Did they say why you were not welcome?
They wanted a place to keep as clean as possible. And they wanted no dynamic elements within this place. Everything is kept immaculate.
Did they even give the guiding spirits here a chance to try and work in a way that they found fitting?
No,
Or was it just they ran you out?
I do not know. They took all the trees and put them to sleep. And they put the growth spirits to sleep. They encourage mechanical labor in keeping this place clean. Poisons that keep growth in check. Nature spirits do not like this place.
Well, you've got to change that some way. But given how things went last time and my lack of any kind of my normal tools, looks like I'm going to have to use logic and my charm here. You may not want to be around because I'm probably going to have to go talk to some spirits of the Weaver. I don't want to put you in danger.
I am with you. I am under your protection.
Well, then, keep your distance when I talk to them. And if it looks like things are going to get hostile or they try to do anything to you, I want you to fly up and away and wait for me back at Central Park.
Of course, that I can do.
Okay. And if the worst should happen, seek out Bailey Thrashcan.
Bailey Thrashcan. Will do.
And she'll make her way up to the Weaver spirits if they're around.
You see several. They're crawling along the webbing that is very reminiscent of a chain link fence.
Mm-hmm.
Even the trees are cordoned off in a sort of pseudo fence. You ever been to a city that protects the trunks of the trees with like sort of a guard?
They do it a lot around like construction sites where it's like if this is a tree preservation area.
Yes.
Yeah. So she'll walk up to one of them, stand up a bit straighter, fold her arms behind her back, kind of stand at a, very orderly stance, probably even pull her hair up into a nicer looking bun.
Mm-hmm.
And she will say, "Pardon the interruption, but I need to speak with the unit that is in charge of this place."
Designation.
Designation Night Owl. I've had several dealings with the spirits of this city on good terms. I wish
Purpose.
Purpose to discuss the situation and nature of this current out of character. I'm looking for a word here. To the current situation of this public park.
Situation is preservation.
Yes. Preservation that has a side effect of exclusion. I wish to discuss terms that could be mutually beneficial to all sides.
We do not keep them out any longer. They just stay away. They are welcome, should they follow the rules.
And what are the rules that you have?
Order.
I see. And that is why on the Talarian side, why everything looks so immaculate.
Correct.
I have a proposal then. The humans of this city are the children of the Weaver, are they not?
Correct.
In order for humans to thrive, they must have food, shelter, water, family. Yes?
Provisionally correct.
In this modern age, what facilitates all of this?
They have homes in our webs. They bring food into our webs. They thrive in our webs.
They do, but in order to do that on the Talarian side, they need currency. One of the more ingenious creations, I would say, of your ilk.
Correct.
One I happen to hold in very high esteem, actually. However, she'll look around. With things as immaculate as they are, only a certain number of your children are able to truly press their trade here.
Continue.
I spoke with one of your Weaver children today. He spoke of the infrastructure of this city. I had brought up the idea of fixing a problem that would remain fixed for the next 10 years as opposed to just enough to keep things going. This enabled more jobs for construction workers, contractors, facilities managers, which meant there was more money going into more people's pockets because there were more jobs that were needed. While your area certainly looks immaculate and it brings a number of people here, the backbone that runs this city on the Talarian side is somewhat shortchanged if they only need a minimal grounds crew. If you allow the Gaian spirits here to roam a bit more freely, perhaps not as free as they do in Central Park, but allow them...
As you're speaking, by the way, more spiders are gathering.
If you allow Gaian spirits to roam a bit more freely, not as much as they do at, say, Central Park, but allow them to grow and be a bit more true to their nature, it would take far more effort and far more hands to keep your Bryant Park looking as beautiful as it does. The more effort that's needed means more jobs, which means more of the children of the Weaver employed in this area. If you cut down on your pesticides and herbicides, that requires more people to work. If you have trees that grow a bit more chaotically, that requires more people to groom them. If the grass grows a bit faster, that means that lawn crews have to more
Even
often.
more spiders at this point.
Yeah. It requires more groundskeepers to tend to them. If the algae in the fountain grows a bit more because there's less chlorine in the water, that means that there has to be more people to clean the fountain. You have a way of benefiting both Gaian and Weaver interests here.
Roll me a charisma expression.
I will. And I am going to spend a willpower point. That takes me down to 3, but I think it's well fucking worth it. Charisma and expression. Or successes.
More avenues to test programs. More programs to deem successful.
More esteem for everything that's being done here.
Still, you would have to convince them to come back. To return.
We would.
As I said, we bear them no threat.
Perhaps if you were to lessen your fences, and she'll gesture to the chain link fences, as a show of good faith. I know a particularly skilled galliard who would be thrilled to help facilitate this renegotiation, this collaborative effort. And I know that you are knowledgeable of Garu and our auspices.
Convince the spirits to come back, and we will speak with your galliard.
In order to convince them to come back, the tree spirits and the other spirits that are slumbering, the growth spirits, would need to be allowed to be awakened.
You may do so. You will have to you will have to convince them to stay awake.
And she will incline her head graciously. As always, Weaver spirits, it is a pleasure doing business with you.
Okay. You walk away.
Mm-hmm.
And Wendy comes back. That was not so stupid. Not
Everything
so
worked
silly.
its... go ahead, Rob, sorry.
Not so silly.
She'll look up at Wendy. Well, things worked their best in the past when we all worked together towards a common purpose. We can't facilitate that in the same way that it used to be, but I'd say that every little inch that we can gain is worth something.
Okay. Interesting.
You want to help me get your friends awake?
I can certainly try.
All right. And she has a suggestion. She'll whisper it into Wendy's swirling vortex.
What is this suggestion?
I'm going to type it out.
Okay. You can just say it. I mean, you're the only other one in this hangout.
I know, but it's going to be funnier if it comes directly from you for anybody who's watching. It's there in the chat. Listen, fun doesn't always have to be dignified, Rob.
Spirit looks at you and goes, I am not a storm spirit.
Okay, well, fine. It was worth a shot.
Also, you have a right for this.
I know. Just thought this might be funnier. You know, thought maybe we could have some fun.
What, you haven't had fun already?
I'm having great fun, but I always like to have more.
So far, you've nearly died. You've found a pain.
All right, so she is going to sing-song what she's written here, and roll her wits rituals, I guess.
Okay.
Wake people the fuck up.
You're gonna turn the page. Wash your hands. Turn the page.
Difficulty, okay. I actually have it right here in front of me. Right, a spirit awakening. Right master must play a musical instrument or sing a song. Talent doesn't matter. The difficulty of the role is the spirit's rage. Failure means the spirit remains dormant. The storyteller must decide whether the spirit is hostile or friendly to its awakener. Awakening a spirit does not allow any control over it. Commanding an awakened spirit requires a rite of binding or a gift. Rite doesn't work on sentient beings such as human, such individuals are already as awakened as they are going to get.
Okay.
So
We'll go.
what's the difficult, or what is the spirit's rage?
We'll go with rage. We're gonna go with rage 4 for the trees,
Okay.
and rage 3 for the growth spirits.
Get the hard ones out of the way first.
Hmm.
Let's get the harder ones out of the way with first.
Okay.
Hey, tree spirits! Wake the fuck up! It's already past noon! I got a great deal for you all! 3 successes.
Okay. So you are dancing around singing "Wake the fuck up," you know,
Yep.
more or less. I ain't got no sleep because of y'all ain't gonna get sleep because of me.
Mm-hmm.
You do your song and your dance, and you stop by one of the trees. One of the trees is motionless, but it starts to sway as if there's wind. Even though Windy is kind of off, just watching.
I hope he's
Just
entertained.
starts to sway. And you see amber-colored eyes pop open on the trunk.
Morning, guys. How's it going?
Is what you get in response.
Okay, I get it. You're groggy. Haven't had your coffee. I get it. So, I talked with the Weaver Spirits over there, and they have agreed to let you guys do your thing in earnest. No more having to sleep here. They're going to let you guys grow and do what you want, because what that's going to do is it's going to help their children get a little bit of work on the Telerian side. So they're not going to accost you guys anymore. They're not going to make it as hostile for you guys to do your Gaian given duties. How's that sound?
Sounds like a trick of the Weaver.
Well, you could say that, sure, but hear me out. They have to look out for their children, the humans. And in order to do that, they have to make sure that their humans have these things called jobs. They're kind of like what our Gaian duties are, except only instead of like working for the greater good and getting the satisfaction of helping their mother, they're getting compensated by currency, which is basically how they trade for goods and services over there. They need it. They have to have it. Otherwise, everything falls into chaos. It's a whole mess over there. But the more of them that are working and doing their duties, the happier the Weaver is. And in order to make them happy, they have to make you happy by letting you do your thing here.
Still sounds like a trick.
Well, Tree Buddy, and she'll kind of get up close and sort of whisper to him. If it is a trick, then they've just broke a spirit deal, in which case that means that I got to get a whole bunch of hard rolling, ready to fuck the Weaver up Garu down here to go ahead and take this place back forever. So, if they do fuck with y'all, we got your back. And she'll offer up a bro fist to one of the smaller branches.
We were planning to wake up when they got bored.
Well, they were going to be doing their thing with renewed interest because they want to see how this all plays out. Think about it this way. If it really works out here, that's a really good way to help maintain a better balance around the city. And that could mean a lot of good for the rest of your brothers and sisters.
You would fight the Weaver. You stink of Weaver.
I stink of cockroach. Subtle difference. At the end of the day, I'm still a Gaian Guru. I fight for Gaia. I'm not a child of Gaia. I'm not a child of Unicorn. I'm not a child of Stag. I understand that. I'm closer to the Weaver than any of the other tribes. But I haven't forsaken my vows.
Hmm. And the eyes do that slow one eye blink, and then the other eye blinks, and one eye opens, and then the other eye opens. I don't have any other way to describe that. But it looks at you. We hold little hope, Guru. We will grow.
And we'll have your back.
Better. I know of a Strafusta. He is not to be angered.
Well, if you know Ostrafusa, then you may have heard of me. I traveled across a great ocean to help find the leaf of a tree that was the mother to a tree here in Central Park. Me and my pack, we risked our lives to help out this tree spirit. And I'm not going to stop that tradition within my pack.
A branch, a small tendril of a branch, reaches down. And it wraps around your wrist. And you hear a small little snap. Cammy is now wearing a bracelet of what looks like wooden twigs.
To look at it and look at the tree. Is this a gift?
A reminder, we will wake the others, and we will come. And there is a small little leaf that pops up from the bracelet.
She'll smile at it and then look back at the tree. Are you familiar with the human concept of a friendship bracelet?
No.
When I was little, before I knew that I was a Garu, friends used to exchange these bracelets. They were colorful. But it was a way to remind, you could say this one was from Becky and this one was from Todd. And she'll reach over to her other wrist and pull off one of her vinyl bracelets. And she'll hang it onto the twig. or onto one of the branches. Mine doesn't do anything special, unfortunately. But it's a gesture of good faith, I hope.
Okay.
And she'll go over to the growth spirits. And she'll sing her best rendition of "The Hills Are Alive" with the sound of music.
You look back
Mhm.
at the growth spirits and you find them already awake. And they are looking at you.
Well, she'll walk over to them and crouch in front of them.
They look like tiny little green Pikmin.
She'll lower her hand down to the grass. That way, if they want to, they can jump up into her hand.
3 will.
You guys ready to get to work?
Give me 1 second.
Mhm.
The nature spirit, the growth spirits look up at you. The trees have woken us. We are to fight the river. We are to overcome the river. And
Whoa.
you are our banner.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. I like the tenacity. I like the ferocity. I like the energy. But we're not fighting. We're working. Subtle difference.
What is working?
Okay, so she points to the fences, which I'm hoping have diminished by now.
No, not yet, because
Okay.
the Galliard hasn't come to talk to them.
Okay. So, the Weaver spirits here have agreed that they're going to let you guys grow unaccosted. They're going to let you do what your duty is. They're going to cut back on various things to allow you guys to work better. And as a result, that's going to help out their children on the other side of the gauntlet, the humans. There'll have to be more of them that come here and make it look all nice and pretty as far as their eyes are concerned, but you guys still get to do your jobs.
So we fight those who come to do the Reaver's bidding.
You fight complacency. How about that? You fight to stay awake and to do your duties. In fact, what you should fight is boredom.
Oh. We have been bored for very long. Very, very long.
Well, think about this, little guys.
The Reaver has scared us, so we sleep.
They're not going to scare you anymore. I'm going to work with them to help you guys out, and it will help them. But if you guys are bored, why don't you try growing in new and elaborate patterns?
That sounds like fun. We like fun. And you hear it echoed like 100 little tiny whispers.
I'm going to give you guys a challenge that I'm going to come back and check on. If you can grow in a way that makes the humans get really excited and that the Weaver spirits find isn't obtrusive, I'll come back here and I'll play with you.
Hmm. We accept.
But remember, the Weaver spirits have to be okay with it, and the humans have to find it amazing. I want at least several people pulling out, and she'll pull out the phone, pulling out these devices to take pictures on the Telerian side. And trust me, if they find it cool, they'll let everyone know how cool you guys are.
And they all give you little salutes. And as they give you little salutes, you see a whole bunch of little tiny flowers grow out the tops of their heads. Whole different, many different combinations of small little flowers.
And she's going to pull off another one of her vinyl armbands, and she's going to hand them down to the Pikmin. And then
the one in your hand grabs the little grabs it, and it's quite big, so it puts it over its head.
We're going down for Nemo. Are you coming?
Hey, so we're going to the vet to get news about Nemo, and yeah, I'd like to go.
Okay.
Okay.
I
So
know.
we can continue this tomorrow.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Same
And
bat channel, same bat time.
yeah. And so we're stopping here. We thank you, player, for playing. We thank you, any watchers, for watching. This has been another scene for the Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York.